Welcome, welcome, welcome to Faith Fit Psalmercises. What in the world is a Psalmercise? That's really a great question. I'm Brian. I'm going to be a host, and I can answer that question, and I'll tell you why. It's actually simple for me, but you're not remiss for not knowing what a Psalmercise is because I made up the word. So now you know it. And Psalmercise is an exercise using the Psalms for your spirit man. Now, you know, here in America and across the world, a lot of people are investing in their physical bodies, and that's a good thing. I think it's like a $250 billion worldwide, with all the different health clubs and gym memberships and sales and things like that. In America, it's about 50 billion. And with 70 million people signed up for gyms, they may not go there every day, and you may be one of those, but they do recognize the importance of that. But I came across a scripture years ago that kind of changed my life and put me on this trajectory, if you will. So I've actually been doing this for about 40 years. So I'd like to share that with you. I've longed for this moment, and I'm happy that you're with me. And before we go any further, I just want you to know I really love you. I bless you, and you're important to me and to a lot of other people. So just trust me on that. So there's a scripture that kind of helped frame me a little bit on this, and it's from the book of First Timothy in the New Testament, chapter 4. And Paul, who's the older man in the relationship, the mentor, the coach, if you will, the apostle, is writing to a much younger man. He's saying, now listen, you're younger. I don't want you getting distracted with arguments and, long discussions and opinions and old wives' fables and tales. Like, stick to the essence of things. And then he says this, and let me read it from the Bible. Spend your time and energy in training yourself for spiritual fitness. Physical exercise has some value, but spiritual exercise is much more important because it promises a reward not only in this life, but in the life to come. Now, we all have a spirit, and we're all going to live for eternity. And I don't know how long that is, but I do know this one thing safely. Eternity is a long time. And so I don't want you getting up there and saying, well, I never knew I was supposed to build up my spirit man. I'm going to help you do that. Now, here's a disclaimer on this thing. A lot of times you watch videos that say, don't try this at home. I want you to try this at home. Okay. And by the way, feel free to subscribe to my, I'm going to have my channel. I'm going to have a lot of things to add to this, step by step. And I hope you enjoy it. And if it's not your doesn't really scratch your itch, maybe you know somebody, let them know. But I'd like you to stay to the end because I think I have something that has the potential to change your life. I'm going to demonstrate this. It's about a 5-minute exercise. And then I'm going to kind of tie it with a bow. So as we get a little closer to that exercise, I do want to frame it with two other scriptures. There's a scripture in Psalm 65. It says this: what mighty praise belongs to you in Zion, O God. Okay? So what you deduct from that is praise belongs to God. You have the ability to praise, and it belongs to Him. So that's a good thing to get in a habit of praising Him. And then there's this little blessing that comes on the other side of that. And it's from Psalm 33, verse 1. Let the righteous sing in joy, for praise is becoming to the righteous or the upright. So in other words, God deserves our praise. It belongs to Him. And you always want to, when you find something, you want to give it back to that, to who it belongs. That's a good thing. It's good manners. And secondly, it looks good on you. Have you ever been to a party or just maybe around the neighborhood, off to school or work or whatever? So it says, oh, that blouse looks really nice on you. That shirt looks great on you. You look great in that hat. Or did you get some sun this weekend? In other words, they're saying there's something about you that today, as compared to yesterday, looks really good on you. That dress looks good on you, those colors, the color palette. And so let me just say this: praise looks good on you. And as you give yourself to this, you're going to notice people are going to say some things. They'll go, wow, you look different. Or, so, like I said, try this at home, and hopefully it'll work really good for you. This is a long process. I'm going to have a lot of different videos I'm going to load up over the next few weeks, months, and years. I'm committed to this. I'm 68 years old, been doing this for 40 years, and it's time for me to get back and widen the influence, if you will. And I'm doing this to be a blessing to you. And you know what? It's a privilege and an honor. Now, going back to the physical part of exercise, I used to, when I would go to the gym, I wasn't a big gym goer tour, but I did exercise a lot. But when I went to the gym, I've never been a big dude. And so push-ups and sit-ups and crunches was good enough for me, and running and playing basketball, things like that. I'd go to the gym and you see all these people. First thing you notice in the gym is got all these weight equipment and all these mirrors. And I used to think, that's kind of odd. A bunch of egomaniacs. Have they not seen themselves? But it's funny. I sat down, did a few curls, did a few bench presses, and all of a sudden, I kind of felt my biceps, the little biceps I had, my inverted pectorals, um, and I began to feel them tighten and bulge a little bit. And you know what I did? I went right to the mirror, like taking a side view. I mean, I just went right up to the mirror. I wasn't trying to be deceptive. I said, "Whoa!" And so, in the same way, the physical exercise, you can feel it in your belly, your triceps, biceps, quads, whatever. When you do these Psalms out loud, something happens to your inner man, your spirit man, your heart, and it's becoming to you. And you're going to see it changes things. You got to trust me on this. And I'm going to demonstrate this now. And so we're going to go to Psalm 95. And again, this is going to take about 5 minutes. So hang in there with me. Enjoy the process. And hopefully you'll be inspired, because I want you to say, hey, if that 68-year-old guy can do that, I can do it. That's right. I don't want you to look at me and go, wow, that was good. I wish I could do that. No. Eventually, I'm going to do a how-to class and, video and things like that. But let's get to it. Are you ready to do some Psalmercises for your eternal spirit? Come on, join me. All right, Psalm 95. Come, let us sing to the Lord. Let us give a joyous shout to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving. Let him sing psalms of praise. For the Lord is a great God, the great King above all gods. He owns the depths of the earth, even the mightiest mountains are his. The sea belongs to him, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land too. Now you get some free commentary on this, by the way. His hands formed the dry land. You know what I think about when I hear that? I say, he got big hands. Okay, come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker, for he is our God. We're the people he watches over. We're the sheep under his care, and he takes good care of us. He's our shepherd. And then it goes on one more verse. It says, oh, today, if you hear his voice, don't harden your hearts, but be open and receptive to him. Psalm 96. Sing a new song to the Lord. Let the whole earth sing to the Lord. Sing to the Lord, bless his name. Each day, that means each day, proclaim the good news that he saves. Publish his glorious deeds among the nations. Tell everyone about the amazing things he does. That's what I'm doing right now. Great is the Lord. He is most worthy of praise. He is to be revered above all the gods, small g. The gods of other nations are merely idols. But the Lord, our God, He made the heavens with a word. By the way, we'll look at that another time. Honor and majesty surround him. Strength and beauty are in the sanctuary. You can almost feel it's like, whoa, something beginning to happen inside here. All nations of the world recognize the Lord. Recognize that the Lord is glorious and strong. And if the Lord's strong, he's strong on your behalf. Give to the Lord the glory he deserves. Bring your offering. Come to worship him. What's your offering? It's your heart. It's your mouth. I'm making an offering of words. Worship the Lord in all his holy splendor. Let all the earth tremble before him. Let all the nations tell all the nations that the Lord is king. The world is firmly established. It cannot be shaken. He will judge all peoples fairly. Let the heavens be glad. Let the earth rejoice. Let the sea and everything in it shout his praise. Let the fields and their crops burst forth with joy. Let the trees of the forest rustle with praise before the Lord, for he's coming. He's coming to judge the earth. He will judge the world with righteousness and the nations, all the nations with this truth. Psalm 97. Lord is king. Let the earth rejoice. Let the farthest islands, that remotest island, be glad. Clouds and darkness surround him. Righteous and justice, the foundation of the throne. Fire goes before him and burns up all his adversaries. His lightning flashes out across the world. The earth sees and trembles. The mountains melt like wax at the presence of the Lord, the presence of the Lord of the whole earth. The heavens declare his greatness. Every nation sees his glory. Those who worship idols and disgrace all brag about the worthless God. For every God must bow to him. Jerusalem has heard and rejoice. And all the cities of Judah are glad because of your justice, Lord. For you, O Lord, are most high over all the earth. You are exalted far above all gods. You love the Lord, hate evil. He protects the lives of his godly people and rescues them from the power of the wicked. Light shines on the godly and joy on those who do right. Joy is going to be on you. May all who are godly be happy in the Lord and praise his holy name. Psalm 98. Sing a new song to the Lord. For he has done wonderful deeds. He has won a mighty victory by his power and his holiness. The Lord has announced his victory. He has revealed his righteousness to every nation. He has remembered his promise to love and be faithful to Israel. The whole earth has seen the salvation of our God. Shout to the Lord, O the earth. Break out and sing for praises and sing for joy. Sing your praise to the Lord with the harp, a melodious song, with trumpets and the sound of the ram's horn. Make a joyful symphony before the Lord the King. Can you imagine someday when the whole earth making a joyful symphony before the King, the Lord? Let the sea and everything in it shout his praise. Let the earth and all living things join in. Let the rivers clap their hands in glee. Let the hills sing out their songs of praise before the Lord. For the Lord is coming to judge the earth. He will judge the world with justice and the nations with fairness. One thing about the Lord, he's fair. The Lord is king, Psalm 99. The Lord is king, let the nations tremble. He sits on his throne between the cherubim. Let the whole earth quake. The Lord sits in majesty in Jerusalem, supreme above all the nations of the earth. Let them praise your great and awesome name, for your name is holy. Mighty King, lover of justice, you've established fairness. You've acted with righteousness and justice throughout Israel. Exalt the Lord our God. Bow low before his feet, for he's holy. Exalt the Lord our God and worship at his holy mountain in Jerusalem, for the Lord our God is holy. All right, one more. Psalm 100. It's a short one. Shout with joy to the Lord, O earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come before him, singing with joy. Acknowledge the Lord is God, which means we're not. He made us. We are his. We are his people, the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving. Go into his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and bless his name, for the Lord is good. His unfailing love continues forever. His faithfulness continues to each generation. Wow. Okay, I think that was about 5 minutes, maybe 5.5 minutes. And trust me, when you do that, something begins to happen in here. And again, I want you to do this at home. Take Psalm 95 through 100, whatever translation you're reading, and go ahead and do it. And now I promised you, if you stayed to the end, I had a blessing for you. And so, again, don't forget to subscribe, and you can make a difference in your life and someone else's life. But I was reading this in the Bible today, as a matter of fact, earlier today. And there's this interesting story in the book of Acts, chapter 16, when Paul and Silas are on what they call a missionary journey, and they're sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ to these non-believers, people never even heard of Jesus, and they got in a big pickle in chapter 16, and so they got thrown in jail, and they were literally beaten severely. And they didn't want them to escape, so they put them in the inner dungeon and locked them up even further. And because they told the jailer, "Hey, make sure this guy doesn't get away, because we're going to come back and put him on trial, I guess." And so if Paul escapes, then the guy gets his punishment. So he put him in the inner stockade. And then a very interesting thing happens in chapter 16, verse 25. Around midnight, Paul and Silas, despite their physical pain and their predicament, were praying and singing hymns to God. That kind of sound familiar to you? Like maybe doing the Psalms, which is a song, it's kind of a hymn. You don't have to sing it, but you can say it out loud, and there's power there. And so while he was doing that, suddenly a literal earthquake came, and the prison was shaken to its foundation. The doors flew open. The chains of every prisoner, not just Paul and Silas, fell off. You have any chains? I mean, I do. I wish I didn't. Are you a prisoner to some things in your life, some struggles, some pain, some hurt, some things you just cycles around? Yeah, I mean, I am. I'm enjoying the human race. That's our sort of lot in life. Could these Psalms, I ask this question, could these Psalms help you to keep those things at bay? Can those Psalms do something miraculous in the spirit world, in your inner man, and all of a sudden those chains, those bondages, those prison doors open? And not only that, is it possible that people around you will get caught up in the same thing, and their chains will fall off? The prison gates will open wide. Is it possible? You know what? I actually think it is. Matter of fact, I'll go further. It has happened to me, where things have changed in my life because of the Psalms. I invite you to try that at home. And you know I love you. That's all we got for today. I bless you. And look at me right in the eyes here. I love you. I bless you. If you like it, give me a like, subscribe, share it with some people. Come back for more. There's going to be a lot more where that came from. I do love you, and I bless you. Have a great, great day.